Wading in the pool and
Pictures from the past remind us that our public school system was created to best prepare children for the workforce of their time. During the Industrial Revolution, the workforce skills needed included obedience, punctuality, skills in performing rote, repetitive tasks over and over again, in addition to minimal reading, writing, and arithmetic skills. Students entered schools just as raw materials enter a factory, mass-produced through the conveyor belt of education, exiting school, ready to contribute to society, most likely as a factory worker. Perky and Strawn remind us that factory model procedures in schools rarely work. Not only is production a poor metaphor for schooling, there is a growing recognition among leaders in business and industry that traditional assembly line thinking does not work in the private sector either. This factory structure of schooling fit the needs of that time, and although those needs have dramatically changed in the last few decades, many of today's classrooms still follow the factory model. As a researcher and professional development provider for teachers, I spend a lot of time thinking about and studying ways to help teachers transition from what we've all grown up knowing about teaching and learning to what we need to know for today's learners. This has led to my research interests in teacher professional development in the context of 21st century learning. Making the transition from the factory model, or even the modified factory model, to what our world needs now is not easy, but it is necessary. Teachers need support, guidance, and encouragement to move from this to this and this. And if that wasn't enough, a classroom that looks like this does not necessarily lead to effective teaching and learning for the 21st century. Critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and creativity are the essential skills of today's world. Students also need to understand how to manage massive amounts of information, to both analyze and create persuasion, and how to problem solve. These thinking skills do not automatically present themselves. Teachers must have the strategies and knowledge to teach this critical content, not only for the classroom, but beyond the classroom, via the internet. If there's too much of this, and not enough of this, how will students learn how to intelligently navigate the constant changes in the world of this? Now don't get me wrong, a classroom like this does not necessarily mean students are not learning this. But we have to do what we can to prepare our children for this, or maybe even this. So we should try to give them this. If rapid change is our only constant, then how do we as educators create and maintain the necessary momentum to keep moving forward? We have become experts on how teaching and learning should look for yesterday's world. I want to do all I can to learn about and help teachers prepare for teaching and learning for not only today's world, but tomorrow's world.